Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of the Manu Sharma Show. Today we have with us award-winning TEDx Toastmasters and a signature keynote speaker in many countries. Welcome Sabyasachi Sengupta to the show.
Thank you so much, Manu. Glad to be here.
I want to share something with you. When I heard first time your name Sabyasachi, honestly I thought you must be a fashion designer.
Yes, I know. There's a very famous fashion designer in India with the same first name as me, but Sabyasachi Sengupta is still copyrighted with me. That someday people recognize this name with inspirational speaker.
But jokes apart, could you tell me where are you from and what led you to moving to the Netherlands?
I'm originally from Kolkata. I did my schooling from there, and then I moved to Mumbai to do my bachelor's, and I worked there for a few years. I lived in Mumbai for roughly 6 years, and then I had an opportunity to move to the Netherlands to study at University of Amsterdam. I came here end of August. The sun was rise at 11 and sets at 2:30 in the winter, and it was like cloudy, rainy, and trees are without leaves. The food is, it was really difficult. It was pretty depressing first few months because also I didn't know anybody here. Once you start having friends, I think that was a big thing, having friends and local friends who become a part of your life. They become family. They help you learn Dutch. They really push you to learn Dutch. You pick up on their habits. Then one of the things I really disliked was how life is agenda driven here. Everybody has an agenda. If you want to meet your friend for a drink, they give you a time 2 weeks from now on a Saturday for 2 hours. And I was like, I'll never be that guy. Guess what? I'm exactly that person now. If you call me for a drink or a coffee, I will be like, yeah, let's meet 3 weeks from now, Saturday, 4 to 6, I have time. This is exactly how life has become. But it's been a great ride. I'm very happy that I'm here.
How did you begin your journey as an international speaker?
Well, as the movie Kung Fu Panda says, there are no accidents in life.
Yes.
Let me say this, I always enjoyed debating and presenting when I was in college and in school. When I moved to the Netherlands, I was longing for an association or a group of people with whom I can talk, I can do something fun. And that led me to this public speaking club, Toastmasters, which was quite a life-changing. I did not expect it to be this phenomenal for me. I just went there to just have fun, meet friends, and just share stories and stuff. Step by step, I grew there. I got a lot of feedback. I learned about myself that I enjoy doing this, being on stage and speaking in front of a group of people. Turning point in my life was, I think, in 2014-15, that time of the year, when I was competing. I was representing our division, which was back then the Netherlands, in a European level contest. Just after I had spoken in Porto 2015, and I think I did a good job. I had won that contest actually in Europe. A friend of mine came to me, and he's also an experienced speaker. He came to me and he says, "What are you doing? Why aren't you a professional speaker? You should do this." And he really cajoled me. He Skyped with me. He made me buy my domain, think of ideas of topics I can talk about. He saw something in me that I didn't see in myself, and I'm quite a pessimist. So what I tried to do is I contacted a few friends who work at universities to actually test the water to see if I enjoy doing it. I gave workshops on how to improve your communication skills and present yourself. And I enjoyed it. I got great feedback. I really enjoyed it. And since then, I've been enjoying doing it. I've been doing it a lot. On an average, I think every month I have 2 to 3 speeches in different parts.
Okay.
And I love it.
What is the definition of success to you?
It definitely goes back to the time when I was a kid. I think family has a big influence on how you define success, because we sometimes get so swept away with our work, competition, and the challenges of day-to-day life. My grandfather was the nephew of Chittaranjan Das, Deshbandhu Chittaranjan Das, who was a very cult figure in Indian history. We've been told stories about him that one day he was going to work and a woman came to him and said, "I don't have money for my daughter's wedding." And he said, "Whatever I earn today, I give it to you." And he did. And we have been taught those things in life. Success, in my opinion, and how we have learned it, is the ability to give away everything that you have. And not just money, your knowledge, your idea, your inspiration that you have established, with the belief that you can re-establish it again.
How nice. What are some challenges that you have faced?
As a speaker,
Yes.
I think one of the most common challenge I think every speaker or every performer faces is my story relevant for the others? Why should people listen to me? And I get really nervous about that fact that am I making sense? Well, if you do it with passion, everybody resonates with you. That's something deep down I know, but every time I go on stage, I feel like I have to make it interesting, I have to make it relevant, I have to make it funny. But that pressure is always there.
Yes.
Time is always a big challenge, making time for priorities, because I'm the kind who likes to do 20 things at the same time. I have a job in the bank, I have a public speaking company of my own, I do events, I like to be part of different activities that's going on, I like to meet friends. At the same time, you realize that you have no time for yourself. So that's, I think, managing time, I think, is one of the biggest challenge. But every time I think I have learned how to prioritize, I realize I have a long way to go. I really love deadlines. I cannot work without deadlines, and everybody who knows me that I'm a big fan of light. Give me a timeline, I'll finish it by that time. What I've also implemented is a start date. Why is it? I think it's a common tendency. We all love anything new. Anything new, we all jump. We pause everything that we're doing, we jump to the new thing. So every time I get a new idea or a new thought that I want to do this, I put also a start date. So that helps, that calms my restlessness down and helps me prioritize and finish ongoing things that I'm working on.
What is the first thing you do when you're faced with adversity?
Call my mom. I think that's like the most easy thing to do, and believe me, it is the best thing to do, because they know how to minimize cost, maximize happiness, keep everybody happy. And in times like this where, you're doing cost cutting, you're trying to do 20 things at the same time, you do not find the happiness. You cannot keep everybody happy. And that's where you get frustration, you face adversity, you do not know what to do, which one to do, you do not know when you are faced with a trouble, what to do. Moms know it the best. They have done it in their house, and if you can use that teaching in whatever you're doing, I think it's a guaranteed success.
What are some differences in speech giving styles in India and across Europe?
In India, every time I'm there, there is a role of parliamentarian who's very careful that you do not use or say anything that is touchy-feely. Netherlands being a bit, I think, liberal, and people can take a joke as a joke a lot better, I think. If I offend an audience when I'm speaking, I will get the reaction. People will come and tell me, you know what, this is not right. This was a bit over the line. However, in India, I think people are not confrontational. They'll take it
They'll
as much
hold
as it
back.
hold back, and one day it will explode. And you're not ready for that immediately. When I compared great speakers, I think whether I've seen them in India or Europe or America, there is one common thread that binds them, and that's passion. They have passion for the topic they're talking about. They really feel it. They organically feel it. They want to give something to the audience. They're not there for themselves. They're there for the audience because they believe they have a message, they have a story that can affect, that can inspire others. And that passion shows. And when you have the passion, your accent, what you wear, how you're walking on stage, or which podium you are in are much less of consequence. Great people have become great by following their passion. So when they speak with the passion, that's what reflects.
What is the first thing that you notice when others are giving speech?
I think body language, I think that is the first thing that you see, and body language really reflects your level of confidence. So if you are confident, it shows how you're sitting, how you're standing, how you're looking at the people, or how you're using your hands, you're putting it in your pocket, or you're like constantly fidgeting with your fingers. It shows. And body language, I think, is a low-hanging fruit that can be worked on. And I noticed that because the intention that I have when I notice is not to belittle someone or judge someone, but end of the speech, I can go to them and tell them, you know what, that thing you do with your feet, or how you're moving your fingers, or you're showing fingers to your audience, or you're not looking at them. It's a very easy, low-hanging fruit. Maybe next time do it this differently and see the impact that you are able to create.
Most people are scared of public speaking. What can they do to reduce anxiety?
I think the one simple answer is practice. Practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the better you can get control over anxiety and stress before you do a speech. I was also very nervous. I remember my first speech that I ever gave in front of a group, and I could not move. I had a good speech, I had a good story, but I was frozen. I could not move at all because I was nervous. Seeing all those eyes staring at you is nerve-wracking. Another thing besides practice, which is I think the number one thing, have a ritual when you have to speak. Have a ritual that you do every time that you have to go on a stage to do a presentation or a speech. It kind of psychologically prepares your brain, your body, and your mood that you are now about to face a big audience. I have my ritual. I have, for example, a pair of cuffling that I wear every time I have to be on a big stage to speech. It gives me a confidence. It's probably pure superstition, but it in a way just warms up my brain, my body, my mood that, you know what, I'm going to be on stage. I have to repeat what I did last time. It has a psychological edge in my opinion, and I think I advise people to have a ritual of that sort that will help them overcome that anxiety a bit.
Okay. Which type of performer is likable to an audience?
I think being authentic and having the passion for it is what makes a speaker tick with the audience. If you have a message and you really feel about it and it's authentic, it's not vague or something, you can create a reaction, you can create impact among your audience. And as a speaker, you need to feel the topic that you want to talk about first. If you do not feel it, you cannot make others believe it. Another thing that an audience definitely likes in a speaker is humbleness. If you are arrogant, if you come across rude, it's a big turn off for the audience. So be humble as much as you can be, and it's not just for public speaking or speaking, it's for everything in life. Definitely will help you connect with your audience. And when you're humble, you know, the thing is you also are open to feedback. People will see this is a person who is nice and we can give him or her feedback, and you'll get material to learn and grow from. So I think authenticity, passion and humbleness, these are the three things that every speaker should have when they are trying to communicate their ideas to the other.
Thank you very much, Sabyasachi Sengupta, for your insights on how to become a powerful speaker and being on the show.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.